Hi everyone, I'm Leena Gupta. I'm your happiness and wellness coach, and today I want to discuss fear with you. We have a lot of myths about fear, and this is something we need to bust right away. We grow up understanding that fear is our enemy. It's a monster, and we give it so much importance, and that's how we live with it, and that's how we get panic attacks and get anxiety and get very stressful, and keeps us really back from exploring our potential, our possibilities, and we stay paralyzed. We're so afraid of what people will think, of failing, of just falling down. That keeps us really small. So I want you to understand that fear is something that we project based on past experiences onto our future, which ruins our present. It's a story we tell ourselves about what might happen in the future that does not exist. It's ego-based. Fear protects us. It comes up and protects us, so anything that we're attached to, that we love, fear comes and protects us and keeps us back in our safe space, constricted in our comfort zone. But let me tell you, fear can be amazing. Fear can be our friend. Fear can be an ally to us. Let me give you an example. I was doing a scuba diving in Hawaii, and I went 30 meters below, and by accident I pressed something on my life jacket and went floating up. I went shooting up to the sea level, 30 meters above sea level, and I was panicking. My body was out of control. I shot up. I had no control over anything, and I was completely absorbed by fear. I had waves lashing over my face. They were monstrous. They were going over my face. I was trying to breathe. I was gasping for breath. I could not survive. The only thing I could hear was, "I'm going to die. I'm going to die," were the only words echoing. And it's at that point that the flight and fight mode kicked in. The adrenaline went up my body, and I pushed with all my might, and I swam to the boat that was far in the distance. But had I not had the adrenaline, I would have not survived. So fear actually saved me. So is fear good for us? A little bit, like salt in the food. A little dose of fear is okay. It's good for us because it sustains life, prevents us from getting hurt. Fear of illness keeps us healthy. Fear of other things makes us more disciplined. So little fear is very good for you. Too much fear, on the other hand, creates a lot of cortisol release, damages our organs, keeps us in a very small mode, like I said, keeps us paralyzed, and we make stories to keep ourselves back. We keep ourselves really small, and we don't ever explore our potential. And let me tell you, when I speak to my senior clients that are in their 70s and 80s, the first thing I ask them is, "Do you have any regrets?" And they say, "Oh my God, if only I had proposed to the love of my life. Oh my God, only if I had moved to that, Japan when my boss asked me to, but I was so scared I would fail." These are the regrets that I hear, and they say that I wish I just knew better, that I'm bigger than my fears. I've had so many fears in my life that I let this one hold me back, thinking someone will judge me, I will fall, I will, fail. But let me tell you, the 3 F's that can save you: falling, failing, and flying. Now, if I trust myself, fear is an absence of love. Fear is an absence of trust. If I trust myself, I know that even if I fall, even if I fail, I have the resilience to bounce back. I have the strength to come back stronger, wiser, and maybe with a better skill set. But if I stay in my smallness, I will fail and feel bad because I will be bothered about what other people are going to say, the judgments. But let me tell you, fear can be our friend. We need to embrace fear. How do we do that? By observing it, by letting it be, by head on facing it and saying, "Come sit with me. I want to be with you." Because fear is smaller than the act of doing something. So we sit with our fear, we observe it, and the intensity reduces. Energy, everything is energy. So even this emotion shifts. So that's really important that we sit with our fear and go through it. And remember, you can't eliminate fear, but you can carry it in one hand, and the other hand, have your drive, your passion go with you. We can have it coexist and still leap off that cliff. Remember, you are bigger than your fears, and these are a couple of things that you can do to face your fears and embrace them. One is examine your fear. You've always had fear in the background, in the past, and you've gotten through it. Two, know that when you fail, you fly, you learn something new, right? And the other thing is that befriend your fear. Tell your fear that you can be with me, but you're not going to sit in the front seat, you're in the back seat and you can ride with me. The other thing is when it becomes too much for you and you're stuck, surrender. Surrender your fears to that higher power and say, you know what, you take it. What that does is relax the nervous system. It relaxes our mind, relaxes our fears, reduces the intensity, and we have the courage to move forward because you've just become very light. So remember, fear can be your friend, it can be your ally. Let's embrace fear. If you found this video useful, please share it with your friends, family, and you can like, subscribe, share, and comment.